Being a lash extensions trainer is good, but like anything else, you'll also have the bad and the ugly. In this video, I'm gonna tell you a couple of things lash educators typically don't tell you. I'm going to focus on the ugly side of being a lash trainer. Hi there, I'm Diana. I'm a lash artist turned lash educator, and in my videos, I help you transform into being a lash educator who is sustainable, profitable, and produces predictable and scalable revenue month after month. I've been teaching lash extensions now for about 6 years. I can say I've had some pretty good experiences. However, it's not all a bed of roses. I've done a lot of videos helping everyone learning how to open a salon, as well as how to build and grow a 6-figure lash extensions academy. But teaching lash extensions, everyone seems to focus on the good aspects only. Being a lash educator and running a business can be stressful. Being a lash educator has its own set of rules, and depending on the country or the state that you're in, you have to adhere to them, such as following health and safety rules. After all, you are looking after people's eyes. One ugly truth about being a lash extensions educator or a trainer is that it can be quite expensive in terms of creating lash kits and lash products for your students. Some of these products that you put in your kits can quickly run out of style, and then you're left holding stock for a long time and you can't sell them. For example, if one of your classes is about teaching lash artistry and mapping, where you are teaching different styles such as cat's eye or doll's eye, sometimes you will have to use different curls to teach that one style. For example, look at this image here. They are all the cat's eye style. However, they're different curls used to show this different style. Eventually, some of these curls will run out of style and it's not trendy anymore in the lash extensions industry. So what happens now, especially if you are not a lash supplier, you are now left with this stock, and it can be a very expensive cost to your lash business. If you are providing kits in your lash training and these curls are included, if the curls run out of style and they're not trendy anymore and you're not making quick sales, you could probably end up having a loss. Another ugly truth about being a lash educator is some courses just won't sell. Just because you've created different courses doesn't mean they're all going to sell profitably. Depending on how you market and drive sales to your prospective students, you can't focus on everything at one time. Some people may want to learn good lash retention, and some people may want to learn lash mapping and styling. What I have found in my experience teaching different courses in my lash academy is some students will bring in more revenue into your business than some. And once you've found that winning course or digital product, what you need to do is replicate it and market it into the right place so you can start hitting consistent high figures. But in my experience, not every course is going to sell well. So you have to recognize what this is and don't be discouraged. If you have something that is not selling very well, take your time. Do your research, find out what is selling well, and tweak it as you go along. But if they won't sell, they just won't sell. You have to fail fast. What I mean by this is you have to trial and error, and the more you try, the more you're learning. So you're definitely not failing anyway. You're just moving ahead and trying to find out what works for your Lash Extensions Academy. Another ugly truth is that face-to-face classes are time consuming. Doing a face-to-face training is not as easy as setting up a digital product or an online course and letting it sell automatically and driving traffic to it. Now, some people may disagree with me because setting up courses and doing digital products can be stressful as well. However, when you're doing face-to-face classes or one-on-one coaching in a private, in-person manner, there is a lot of exchange of time to give to that individual privately, and it can be quite exhausting. I do have one last ugly truth that we sometimes experience as lash educators, and no one talks about it. And this is when students do not practice what you've taught them and jumping onto the hustle culture. And what I mean by this is, and I'll give you my own personal experience with my students. I make a significant effort to teach my students the sustainable and healthy way to apply eyelash extensions, whether it's a volume or a classic technique, which means it is not advisable for them to apply extensions longer than 3 or 4 millimeters to the natural lash. And the same thing if they're doing volume lash extension. I make sure I teach them that they should not be putting on fans too heavy that the natural lash cannot maintain the weight. Now at the moment, because everyone is mimicking strip lashes, they're jumping onto the hustle culture of applying 20 millimeter long extensions onto natural lashes, which are super heavy and extremely dangerous to the client's natural lashes. Now unfortunately, myself nor you as a lash educator cannot control what your students do once they leave your class. As a result, it may end up damaging your reputation. However, all you have to do is keep maintaining a high standard in how you teach your classes, and the ones who will benefit will benefit. While I'm at it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I want you to drop a comment down below and let me know if you have experienced any of the dark side of being a lash educator. Now I gave you some ugly truths about being a lash educator, and you're probably wondering, is it even worth it? I'm here to tell you, yes, it is. Even though I've been a lash artist for over 10 years and a lash educator for about 5 or 6, I absolutely love it. I love when my students learn from me. I love when they get that little light bulb moment of learning how to do a technique, and I get butterflies in return. It can be stressful at times, but in any business that you're running, there's definitely going to be hard times, and it's definitely worth working through it. I think I'm rather still fresh in my journey, and I'm making anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000 a month as a lash educator. And I want to stress that this is revenue, not profits. That's after all my expenses. And that's another thing you have to be careful about when listening to other lash educators and the ugly truth about this industry. They will tell you about how they're financially killing it and their classes are full, but they never express to you the expenses that are involved and ultimately what the profits are. I also made a video on that if you want to know how much a lash educator actually earns, and it's in my video coming up. Now, I don't want to discourage you from being a lash educator, and if you are already one, you know it just requires hard work. I just want to let you know what you can expect, and you're not alone in all your experiences. It's just a journey that you learn pros and cons. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button for this video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.